agenda. Now everybody do the propaganda. It's early the age of paranoia. Welcome to a new connotation across the alien nation, where everything is meant to be okay. A television dreams of tomorrow. We're not the ones that meant to follow. Boy, that's enough to argue.
And we are
Here.
live.
We're
We are
back.
here and we are live.
Episode numero.
Cinque.
High five.
Cinque. Guys, episode 5.
And we're alive.
5 and alive when we're feeling very good.
Arrived 5 and alive.
Actually, this week I didn't plan on drinking for this.
And here we are.
When we pulled up to the LCBO like a couple hours ago, I was like, no, guys, I don't need. Do I have something on my nose?
No, I
okay.
felt like I had something on my nose.
Okay, I was like, you know what? I don't need
to
wanna
be
drink.
here.
No. I was like, I don't want to drink tonight.
And you're like surrounded by all of these delicious looking drinks.
Well, we pulled up to the LCBO, and I was like, oh, well, I guess I gotta get something. So I was in like the vodka soda aisle, of course. I get the low calorie. What's my lowest calorie drinks?
The
That's gonna get me the
least
most.
sugar.
The least
Sugar.
sucre. Non-sucre, preferably. Non-sucre.
Sugar.
Yeah, non-sucre. So I was like, okay, I'll get like 4 Cottage Springs. Then I saw these like other new ones, so I grabbed a couple of those, and here we are 5 drinks later. I did not mean to drink tonight. I actually didn't want to drink for 2 weeks.
Psych.
I was like, I wonder, because usually we have like a couple of drinks before we podcast.
Yeah, it's just
Is that
an ongoing tradition now. Well, it's
Guys,
definitely
it's not for nerves. It's not for nerves. At the first podcast, yes, it was for nerves because we were
Yeah.
shitting ourselves. But this one, shits and gigs.
shits and gigs.
Cheers to Cinque number 5
Caesar
podcast.
Sunday.
And
Thanks
this
for
one-
being with us.
Yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in every Sunday. See a Caesar, drink a Caesar. If you're watching this, make yourself a goddamn Caesar right now.
Right now.
All right. So, what are we chatting about today?
Well, the hot topic from the past week or so.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this baby being born on the side of the 407 here in Ontario for us listeners out there?
You know what? I woke up, watched CP24, and I saw this mom and her husband, and they're a bunch of kids sitting in their backyard. They're from Whitby, so I was like, oh my god, where in Whitby are they? Because I live in Whitby.
These guys are?
They're from Whitby, dude.
Oh,
That's why I was like, Dad, are they our neighbors? Like, I don't recognize them, but the odds are pretty good.
What's their last name? You might know.
Right? So it was like, we had our baby on the 407. I was like, what do you mean?
I was like, wait, the 407 here?
Oh
like,
my god! They actually caught it on the dash cam.
yeah, they
Dude,
did.
the baby's hand is purple.
Is that?
Is that what baby? Is that what
I
we
don't.
look
I've
like?
never had a baby. I can't. I
Is that
can't
what
say
we-
for
is that what
myself.
we look? Is that what we look like when we come out of the womb?
I love purple. I don't know.
Oh,
if
well,
that-
hopefully you come out purple when
I've-
you're out of the womb. I wonder what. Man, I bet when you came out of your Yvonne's womb, your head of hair was down your butt.
Shut the fuck up.
You had a
And
head
that-
of hair down your butt.
If you got to choose what color
Yeah.
you came out of,
Yeah.
any color, what color would you pick? Like, you know that question people like, oh, if you could like poop like a different color, what color would it be? What color would you be if you came out of the womb?
Blue. I love blue.
I'm blue, ebony, my mind, ebony. I would stick to purple or teal
Of course you would.
if we're in this imaginary world.
Well, that's realistic, purple and teal, because you have like greenish teal veins, and you have purple veins, purple red veins, so you're pretty norm.
You're right. I definitely have very bluey veins.
But your hair would be like your hair is
Would
is
already
black
be
right-
down here.
Your hair is black right now, but it would be like a brown. It would just be a brown, but it would be down to your butt. But your poor mom, just like every like
They're pulling me
would-
out by my hair, not by my
like
my
you would have
body.
came out of the womb easily. They're probably still yanking your hair by now. Like man, 29 years later, they're like still yanking your hair out of your mom's vagina. Sorry, Yvonne.
So, you bring up all the time how you find my hair in like.
In my underwear. And no, I don't put it there. I I'll be changing my underwear, man. I'll be taking my pants off, and this was like I haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
She won't be at the house. She'll be at her own home.
Yeah, and I'll take my underwear off, and it's this long hair. It's about 1 meter long, and it's straight. It's black, like it's like jet black, and I don't have black hair, as you can see. So the only person I know and who I've been through this before is Chelsea Rogan-Hissiki. She purposely plants her hair in my underwear. I don't know when she does it. She puts it in either in my bed or I don't know, man. You just like fucking like when I'm not looking, you just like chuck it at me like this. You're like, you pull it and then you chuck it at me, and I just don't even see it. I don't feel it.
Have you ever seen Beetlejuice?
Yes.
It's like the voodoo guy that sits beside Beetlejuice and like sprinkles the dust over his head, and his head starts shrinking. Like your brain starts shrinking from all of the hair you have around you from me at all times.
I hope not. I hope that's not a thing. But yo, okay.
So yeah, back to the story. These folks, now on this BlogTO website, thank you for the info, BlogTO. They now get free 407 for a year, which if you don't know, the 407 is expensive as frick.
It's like $10 just when you
go to one exit.
Yeah.
Why is that so expensive? I don't understand it. And I don't know, like, is it really that convenient to use the 407?
Man, when you okay, I can't get over how purple this baby is. It's like throwing me off. Clearly the husband delivered the baby.
He's now a doctor.
Are you looking at your wife's vagina the same? Or you be like, this woman is a powerhouse. I just want to get down there after this, or
not after this. No.
I mean, we've never given birth, so we don't know. But like, they look like a happy family now. Like, congratulations. What's their names? The Campbells.
You did it.
Nova Campbell. Birth of baby Nova Campbell. Congratulations to the Campbell family.
Congrats.
From Whitby, Ontario. Woo!
You know what else they got for
man,
free?
they're my neighbors.
Imagine. They probably are. Everyone knows everyone in Durham. Anyway, you know what else they got for free?
What?
Not only did they get free 407 tolls for a year, they got free car seats. Whoever owns this highway was just like,
that blows my mind because I'm pretty sure.
Here you go.
I'm pretty sure the 407 is not Canadian owned. It's owned by the Spanish. Like don't quote me on this, guys. This could have been a long time ago.
Could have been a fever dream.
I know someone's gonna troll me for this because we have been getting trolled all day today.
Freaking A.
Yeah. I know that Trudeau sold the 407 for like $1 billion. Don't quote me on that.
Which, like, think about it. First of all, why would you want to sell it? Why would you want to sell it? Second of all, it's gonna make you money for the rest of your life.
Okay, so it's owned by the CPP, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Canadian owned.
So wouldn't you rather keep that and make money for the rest of your life, knowing how much money it is to use that stupid highway?
The 407 is a fucking joke. You know what they should have done? You know what Canada should have done?
What?
Okay, no one to make the 407 money during the pandemic. They should have been like, okay, we know a lot of people aren't using the roads right now. Everyone's working from home. 407 obviously lost a shit ton of money.
True.
Right? Because everyone would just be taking the 401 because there's no traffic. So I think
it's free.
And it's fucking for free. So I think the 407 should have cut their prices in half, or like maybe like even a membership in 2/3.
Maybe like a membership. Like, oh, if you buy it this year, it'll be half price, and that price will be locked in for 5 years.
Something like that. Like, hey, like if you guys buy a 407 monitor throughout the pandemic, you'll get like 75% off. Like, everybody use the 407. Like, use the 407 for free. Like, you get a free pass for a year, and then like, man, what a business grab that would be. But no, let's just keep charging people peak time through the fucking pandemic.
So I guess it takes to have a baby at the side of the road on the 407 to get free travel.
Man, I'd do it.
Would ya?
I'm going on Tinder right now. I'm going on Tinder right now. My name is Chelsea Gaffney.
Look her up.
I'm 29. I'm single.
She needs a baby so she can get free highway privileges.
Man, fuck the 401, fuck the 407. What were we thinking?
407's too far north for anything anyway. Who actually uses it?
I mean, I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
I've used it like twice.
Are you serious?
I used it once to get to work tour.
I'm like right near the 407 though. Like, my house is right near the 407. Like, the on-ramp, the new one on Taunton, I'm right there. So of course I'm gonna.
All right. So what else would you do to get free highway privileges then? Like, what does it take?
I mean, I can tell you a couple dirty things. I would
Like-
definitely do some construction on the highway.
A lot of standing around, boys.
Yeah, I definitely do a lot of standing around. I can't lie.
Why is that such a thing in construction?
Why?
Just
Standing
a lot,
around?
Just a lot of
Okay.
standing around.
Okay, so I know a couple people who've been those stop and go people for construction sites, and they get paid like $30 an hour
Are you?
to just stand there and be like,
Shitting me?
stop, go, dude. That's a career. That's a goddamn fucking career. Don't quote me on the price. Please don't troll me for this.
We just don't want to get trolled.
I'm sick and tired of getting trolled. We're gonna get to that in a fucking second about getting trolled, okay?
And then we're gonna open up a whole new can of whoop ass.
Yeah, I'm coming for you, Jack and the Beanstalk. Age 19, Humber College, who I asked to be on the podcast, never responded.
Because he's a puss.
Yeah, you're
Pussy. He's a puss.
okay. What were we talking about? Sorry,
Before we're 7.
man. Fuck the 407.
What would you do to use the, like, if they were to say, hey, if you do this, you can ride it on it for free?
Okay, if I like own my own business and I was like going to and from Toronto and I was charging the company, I was
Writing it off.
I would write it off. 100% write it off. And it would be totally worth it. No fucking way am I sitting on the 401 every single day in a traffic jam, passing by five traffic jams, a freaking truck that tire blew. I'm not fucking doing it again. I'm not doing it again. I have PTSD.
So,
I have PTSD. I almost want to change the subject. I almost want to change the subject, man.
so I guess we're gonna hashtag Elon Musk in this clip because we need his help on the 401. We need some kind of new
No,
age.
he was like, yeah, I would love to do stuff on Earth, but now I'm moving to space.
Okay,
Fuck these guys.
what if he just double stacks the highway? What if he just makes a highway over top of the highway so there's 2 highways?
Underground, man. Underground. Like, why not
Yeah.
underground or on
I feel
Lake
like it's-
Ontario?
I feel like it's more work to like dig and stuff, but if you just like build right on top, that's fine.
I guess. I mean, whatever's easier.
Can you imagine?
What's cheaper? Because that's at the end of the day, that's what's going to be the
and there's
kicker.
gonna be a lot of standing around with those construction workers.
Dude, I truly believe there should be a highway for trucks and then a highway for cars.
Yeah, the double decker highway, just like the double decker buses, deserve to be elsewhere.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Yeah, we don't need you.
Like take the main roads. Don't take the highway.
Like I can't see past you anyway.
Yeah.
Because you're too goddamn tall.
Okay. So,
Anyway,
seeing as we were talking about space,
or okay, yeah.
what did you want to say?
I was gonna
What were you
say,
gonna say
we're
there?
talking about travel, so we could talk about
What?
travel, like your most impromptu travel story.
Okay, today you were telling me about your impromptu travel to Cleveland, Ohio. Out of all fucking places. Out of all fucking places, Rogie was like, yo, me and Nick went to Cleveland, Ohio a couple years ago. I was like, why? Cleveland, Ohio is like the city you drive through to get to Florida or like some other state. You don't stop in Cleveland. She was like, no, dude, you do stop in Cleveland. You want to know why? I was like, why? Tell me.
Because there's all these things there
I'm
that
like-
you never knew about.
Because I'm so interested. She's like, okay, one, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Cleveland, Ohio. Pfft, what?
Horns up. Yeah.
Rock on.
And you know
Do
who
you know what
told
I
me
mean?
that out of all people?
Please don't say your mom.
My mom.
Fuck off. I was gonna say your dad, but I was
Well-
like, no, too obvious.
Well,
we'll say Yamasha. We'll say
both.
Yamasha.
And you want to know why? Because there's Elvis everywhere.
I was stop. Okay, guys. So Alex Rogatinsky is the biggest Elvis fan. I'm pretty sure they go to Elvis conventions. Just
Oh,
say
they've
no.
been to them. There's one in
Yeah,
Collingwood.
and I'm pretty sure your dad was looking good. And your mom was all over that.
He doesn't have a white jumpsuit, but he should. If anyone knows how to custom
Dude,
make
he
one,
doesn't have
please.
one in public.
Oh, stop these things.
Yvonne doesn't watch this. Okay, so Rogi was like, yo, we went to Cleveland, Ohio. And I was like, why the frick did you go to Cleveland, Ohio? I usually just like, I'm driving past Cleveland, Ohio on the bridge.
It's actually not on the way to Florida, technically, but it is on the way to other places. So it is out of
I
the
know,
way.
I've taken it to Florida many times.
I swear, like Cleveland
man,
is
you
on
can
like the
take-
underskirt of like the way there.
You can take two ways.
Who's good at
depending-
geography? Who's good at geography?
Depending on where you go, you can go like, you can either go through Syracuse that way, or you can go Niagara. But they all kind of leave I-95 to the same place. Continue with your story. So Nick and Rogues got an Airbnb in Cleveland, Ohio, and
So,
apparently
yeah.
it's fucking sick.
The purpose was for my birthday a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And my parents had told me about the Rock and Roll Hall
So
of
you're
Fame.
just like, yeah, fuck it, Cleveland, Ohio.
It's a close drive. We're like, yeah, road trip, whatever.
How many hours again? Like 8, 9?
Less than that. I feel like it was like 6 or 7. And it was
That's like Montreal.
exactly. So it was just like, oh, let's go to the States because we can go to Target and get cool cereal and just get random
That's all
candy
you
and
want to
stuff.
do. And Truly's.
Truly's. I don't even know if they were a thing like 4 years ago.
I don't think so.
No, I think they were just
They're
up and
new.
coming at the time.
Yeah.
But anyway, we went on Airbnb. So I want to ask people if they've ever gotten an Airbnb as a private room and what your experience was, because that was the first time we have ever done it. Have you done that before?
I've done a ton of Airbnbs.
But as a
private room.
as a private room.
In someone's house, yes.
So meaning that the people are living there and you have a room in their house, which
And they're there at the same time. So
Yeah.
you're not alone. Yes, I've done that.
you're not alone. So they were there, but you could see from their thumbnail they
Yeah.
look to be our age. So we're like, okay, why not? Let's give it a try. It's super
Okay.
cheap. Their house is beautiful.
Did you know what they did for work? Ballpark.
I kind of know now, but when you're booking, you don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, they looked our age. We're like, yeah, screw it, let's do it. We get there and we were driving around the neighborhood, and it's a little sketchy.
It's sketchy. Okay.
It's a little sketchy.
Yeah.
The houses are sick. They're like old Victorian houses, and the government will give you a grant if you buy one of these old houses.
So that's what they did?
I believe that's what they did because it was like renoed to shit, and it was super cool. Like just so well done.
Yep.
Shout out to Brian. His name's Brian. That's where we stayed. And
B-dubs.
yeah, so we pulled up. We're like, Nick was driving like a nice car at the time, and
Nick, are you pulling it up? Okay, are you guys pulling up the street here or what?
but we didn't even want to. We
Cleveland,
didn't want to leave the
Ohio.
car on the street. That's how like
Sketchy
we
it
felt.
was?
That's how
Yeah.
we felt. So we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It was awesome,
Yeah.
and you know what I was looking for the whole time.
Don't say Elvis.
Oh yeah, like Elvis was like he had his own
I'm sure
big.
your dad was like, please send me a picture.
He had his own. I did. He had his own big feature, whatever. But I was looking for anything to do with Paramore or My Chemical Romance because I didn't know. But all I found was like this tiny little tidbit of a picture of Hayley Williams on like the most random wall. And I
Okay,
was
the
so
fact
offended.
that she, no. The fact that she was in there.
But she deserves like a billboard.
Okay, dude. Out of
Billboard.
all rock and roll
Rock and roll
bands
baby, don't you know
out of
that?
the past century, come on, Paramore even had a spot. Like, that's amazing. There's been a thing about everybody there. Like, man, Elvis.
Elvis.
He would have owned half the building.
Elvis.
He would have owned half the building. Aerosmith, I'm sure, had a bit of a chunk there.
So did Britney. Her Rolling Stone. There was so cool. So you go
Of
up
course,
this
she freaking.
you
frothed
go up
over
this
Britney.
spiral staircase in the Rock and Roll
Yeah.
Hall of Fame, and you walk into this like circular room,
Yeah,
and on all the walls is all the covers of the Rolling Stones magazines,
that's fucking sick.
and they're all like backlit.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how they did it, like LCD
Yeah.
sort of, but it was just so cool looking.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much was it to get in? Like, was it free or like you? had
No, it was reasonable. I don't.
Was it busy?
No. So we went on a weekend in the middle of
okay,
summer.
man.
We-
If you're like, okay, let's go to America and go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I'd be like, okay, where in LA is that? And you'd be like, no, it's in Cleveland, Ohio. I'd be like, what?
What's
No.
in Cleveland, Ohio?
No, I actually know a couple people from Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm like, yeah, they're pretty cool.
Well, sure. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
Brian's a cool dude,
yeah,
and we're still Facebook friends.
yeah. Brian,
Brian.
come to Toronto, man. Like,
Love to have you.
yeah,
We'd love
stay
to
with
have
us.
you.
We have a huge house here.
Stay with.
Hey, guys, if you can see this basement right now, it's okay. This basement is huge to the point you could fit like 40 people more to sleep down here.
You could have a big old party down here.
You can have an illegal COVID party probably with 100 people.
You could have the Jackass crew come down here and just do a bunch of stunts because
Dude,
there's so much
Dude,
room.
I'm not even going to get into it because it's going to be way too long, but yeah. But yeah.
So we were driving around. It was a Saturday
Yeah.
when we went to the museum, and we walked to like an outdoor patio after
Mm-hmm.
to grab a bite and grab a drink.
Mhm.
Ghost town, absolute ghost town in like the downtown area. And I guess
Yeah.
I'm picturing for any regular downtown area, it's not as big as Toronto, but it's a city. So like, where's the people at? Is it just because there wasn't a sports game on? Like, I don't know.
Have you ever seen The Truman Show?
That's what it felt like. That's what it kind of felt like.
Am I on The Truman Show?
Like the houses like that were done were so nice, but there's like minimal people around, and yeah, it was just a weird vibe.
Was it like you felt like you were in a movie?
By the houses in the neighborhood with those houses,
Maybe
yeah.
we are.
Where's Jimmy? Gary. He's like super into painting now. Did you know that?
Well, he's like super spiritual and super doesn't give a fuck about being famous, which I love.
I love him so much.
I love. Anyway, so Victorian house.
So we stay at their house, and Nick and I are like, yeah, we're going to pre-drink. We walk to a convenience store. Again, super sketchy as fuck. But we get these massive beers for like $2. Bring them back to the house.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on how cheap shit is in America. I can't believe it. Don't come here. It's too expensive. Anyway, so we go back. We start drinking. We're like, yeah, we'll find this bar to go to. Didn't happen. We just ended up hanging out with the Airbnb host in his backyard drinking all night.
I mean, can you imagine going to a bar downtown Cleveland, not Disney it, but like you're just gonna be like, oh, this bar looks cool. It's dead.
That's probably what would have happened.
Yeah.
Because it was dead during the day, I guess it would be dead at night. And then you wouldn't believe what happened next.
Tell me. tell me. Tell me.
Brian just goes, you guys want to play Rock Band? Let's go!
Da-na-na. And then Brian asked the question. Da-na-na.
And we played Rock Band all night with our Airbnb host.
When's
like,
the last time you think he played that Rock Band? Because Rock Band is like a solid 15 years old.
well, he had to go to the basement and like bring up like a basket. And
Yeah.
like, so I don't think it's been touched
he
in
was
years.
probably like, oh my God, these guys are from Canada. I probably haven't seen people in weeks. He's like, I probably haven't seen people in weeks. Like, hey, he's like probably nervous, like having like a nervous twitch. He's like,
Aw.
should we ask him for drinks? You want to play Rock Band?
No one wants to play Rock Band with me. Will you do it? Yes. Oh my God.
Oh my God, I have to go see if I even have it. Let me just go check the basement. It's like right there. He's
I
like,
gotta
"Oh,
find
I
the
got it."
disc. Opens the case. Where's
Yeah.
the disc? It's still in the system. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay, we're fine.
Yeah, he's like, blows off the dust. He's like, I'm ready to go. And you're like, oh my God, I haven't played this in years. You're like, I played it yesterday.
I'm a superstar. I can
Yeah.
play an expert.
My name is Chelsea Rokoninski 222, and I am the fourth leading person in the world.
There's actually an avatar of me in a Rock Band. If you didn't know that, I'm just kidding.
Dude, you don't even know how hard I just believed you for less than 2 seconds. Yo, Rogi just got your tarot cards. This is why I believe everything you say. Rogi made a design for My Chemical Romance. They were doing
I
a
wish.
tarot card.
No, it was the used. Sorry.
Oh, the used. Sorry, I get my bands so mixed up. She entered a contest for tarot cards.
The used was doing a contest. If you drew them, they had a template. If you drew on their tarot card template, they would enter you in, and whoever they liked the best, they'd pick. They'd
Yeah.
win a big grand prize. This was a year ago. A couple months ago, the same submission email reached out, and they were like, hey, we like your design. Do you want to be in the tarot deck? Oh, what?
I'm pulling my eyes out. Yes.
Help.
You said what?
You say what?
Because didn't you already have like luck with the used, or was it My Chemical Romance? I
You're
didn't know
right.
these bands.
You're right. Actually, I've had luck with both.
Okay, so what? Okay, just go off about your artistic stuff, and then we'll.
Then we'll go into the other.
Yeah.
So, I've had supreme luck through.
No, it's not luck, dude. You're absolutely talented. Like you, I know
No,
you're
no,
staying
no.
humble. You're staying humble. She is so true. Thank you. She's staying humble as fuck, but like you are very talented. That's why you're a tattoo artist.
Thank you.
You're welcome. She's done my tattoo. And on here.
You just,
No one's gonna see
you
that.
exposed it.
I know.
What does it say though? You'll never know.
You'll never know.
Like, pauses it, zooms in,
Yeah.
zooms in.
Zing,
Still
zing.
can't read what it says.
Frig. Okay, go.
So my luck with the used,
Mm-hmm.
I was so grateful from my other best friend Jeanette,
Mm-hmm.
who worked for a radio station, and
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Hey, I have this really cool opportunity. You want to meet the used tomorrow?" I'm like, "Are you
Are you serious?
Are you? Yeah, I like died. I'm
Was
like,
I there with you? Was I home?
it was spring 2018. I think you came home in the fall.
Okay, yeah, that's sick.
Yeah. So she's like, you want to meet the youth tomorrow? I was like, are you lying?
No, I don't.
No, I'm good. So I met the youth
Yeah.
through Jeanette, and I wanted them to sign something, but I didn't want them to sign a CD because I knew I was just going to tuck it away and put it away forever.
Yeah.
So I drew like a picture of them really quick, and I printed it off, and I got them to sign it, which was like cool. It was really fun. It was a really cool experience, but that wasn't like they saw my art and was like, oh my God, I want to work with you. It was just like a really cool situation to meet one of your favorite bands. Have you ever met one of your favorite bands? Or artists?
I'm gonna say no because nothing's like popping up.
That's okay.
I know I've met like a lot of bands through you.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never met like watch in like an hour I'm gonna be like I'm gonna remember. Yeah, I'm gonna remember. Fuck. But nothing at the top of my head is like screaming, yes, I've met one of my favorite bands.
That's all right.
Your favorite what was your first concert? Sorry.
My first
Show, concert.
Like
Ever.
so it was,
Don't say Brit.
I wish, but I've only seen her once. But my first concert was it they're called B44?
Oh.
Or it was I brought up Omarion earlier. Do you guys remember Omarion?
Yeah.
It was his band. No, not these guys. I'm thinking the wrong name. Can you please Google Omarion?
It's
He
like
was
kind
in
of an
Stomp-
R&B.
Was he not in Stomp the Yard?
R&B,
what
yeah.
frickin'
It's
band
an
was that?
R&B.
What was that? Anyway, and you know who opened? Khalees. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
And they're like, it's better than yours. And they're like, it's better than yours. I could teach you, but I have to charge my milkshakes.
That's not the name I'm looking for. It wasn't B44. I didn't see these guys, no.
Okay, can you guess mine?
Well, yeah, what was your first concert?
Evanescence.
Wow, jealous.
No. Okay, they were my first concert, but guess who opened for them? Stone Sour.
I like remember that name, but I don't know any of their
Stone
songs.
Sour. They're a rock band, obviously, but like, I still like Stone Sour to this day. They're a bit like more mellow, but like hardcore, but like sad. They'll make me cry. But like Evanescence, man. Whenever I hear Evanescence, I'm like banging my head. I'm like, let's fucking go. Let's like.
Amy Lee.
Anyway, yeah.
You cry on.
You actually have a nice voice.
Ew, thank you.
No, you do. You do.
Get down on me.
Was this them?
No, they weren't called this. I can't freaking remember.
I've never been a fan of the boy band.
Like,
Who did you like?
by natural selection, it's just what we grew up with. But I was more like female singers. That's what I liked growing up.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what I was.
I don't know.
To
So
kinda-
what was your first concert as a teenager? Or was like how old were you when you went to Evanescence?
like young. The first
Like under
concert I
10?
went to
Like under 10?
no, probably like 13.
Okay, then you're a teenager then.
The first concert I went to by myself was Jonas Brothers.
Wow. Did you buy any merch?
No, fuck no. Like, some girl bought this ticket for her best friend, and her best friend couldn't go, so I was like the fourth in line to take the ticket. So this wasn't like a, oh my god, Chelsea, you should totally come to the Jonas Brothers.
I
It was
waited
like
in line all night.
it was like, oh, I guess Chelsea's like my fourth best friend. You know. I'm over it. But yeah, so I've seen Jonas Brothers in concert, but my favorite concerts by far have been like Rise Against, Jonas Brothers, Bryan Adams.
Nice. Not everyone can say they've been to a Bryan Adams concert.
That's
And that was like a couple years ago, and you went with your parents.
No, it was like 2 summers ago
Yeah.
because there was no concerts last summer. Remember that one we went to with the Australian singer, or was she a British
Tash
singer?
Sultana.
Tash Sultana was sick. Like I
Sick.
really, really like Tash
Sick
Sultana.
chick.
God, man, there's been so like, because we would go to like festivals or whatever, and we'd see like a bunch of people that day, so it was like hard to It's hard to like peg
Remi-
like which concert is like your favorite.
Which band played at which festival? Because they all kind of just mumble jumble
They
together.
really just blend, and
I
then
know.
like you meet people.
Mm-hmm.
You meet some of the bands, and you're like, oh my god, they're so cool. But what's the band name? What's
I
the
know
band
what they
name?
look like. I know what song they sing. But
Yeah.
what's their name?
I got them on Instagram, but I don't know her name. I'm so sorry, but DM me.
Do you want to know what show, I guess, as a teenager that I first went to?
What's my reaction gonna be?
I don't know. I know you know of them, but
Okay,
I
go.
don't know if you're like a listener of them.
Go.
So my first show in high school, without parents or anything like that, I was in grade 9, and it was Mariana's Trench.
Fucking A, I
Well,
know Mariana's
bam.
Trans. I could totally see you going to that.
And you know where they played?
Why?
At the Dungeon in Oshawa.
Get the fuck out.
It was, yeah, if you, people around us know what the Dungeon is, so I don't even need to explain myself.
Yeah.
But it was just like the grungiest place of all time, but the best place of all time.
Kind of tiny.
Puny, like probably the size of this basement. Maybe, and then like another inch.
Yeah. Couple inches to the left.
But when bands like that were like big, like they were on Much Music at the time, so it was like,
Yeah.
for me,
I listened to them in high school.
for me, I still couldn't believe that they were playing at the Dungeon. I thought they were like way bigger than that. So we got tickets. I went with my friend Aaron,
Yeah.
and we were like front row, and there was nobody there. There was nobody there. There was like,
Are you serious?
there was like 3 rows of people, and the rest of the place was empty. I couldn't believe it.
Wow. I'm actually kind of shocked.
And I got
Because
to
they're
meet,
recently just coming back.
they've always kind of been there. It's either
Okay.
like if you notice them, like if they have like a song or single that's come out that's everyone
Okay.
knows about, but I haven't really caught up with them since
Okay.
that album, I guess. I haven't
Okay.
really listened to them.
I don't know why this is like reminding me. I'm like having like a mind fart, but last night I went golfing with my uncle, my dad, and
You
my
did?
brother. I went golfing.
Where'd you go?
Carruthers Creek in
Ajax?
Ajax.
Mm-hmm.
So this was my second golfing
Of the season?
of the season, and we went back to our house for a beer, and we were talking about UFOs, aliens, and
Oh, that's why I wanted to talk about this today, because it was fresh in your memory.
it was fresh, and I was like, oh my god, like we were having such a good conversation last night, and like I really think we should talk about this. And my uncle is like huge into this shit. He was saying that an asteroid was going to hit the earth 2 months ago.
I heard about
It was
this.
you were saying it was supposed to land in California,
I
and
saw-
for some and it was like guaranteed to hit the earth. Like people were like, it's 99.9% supposed to hit the earth and like end civilization, or at least like fuck some of it up. Like ice age, something's supposed to happen, something big is supposed to happen, right? And
People-
it didn't hit.
People said that about like
2012,
in the year 2000.
right?
So like these things happen, and like, oh, I guess the world is gonna end this year, and you're like, oh shit.
Okay, yeah, but that's just like, and everybody said, okay, it's the year 2000, it's a new calendar, like something's supposed to happen. But this was like a physical thing in
Wait.
space that was
Yeah.
monitored by the Pentagon, that was supposed to hit Earth, and it was supposed to take out like civilization, and it didn't. So why did it not? And I'm just like, okay, Uncle Ronnie, I don't fucking know. I
Which
didn't
is crazy in the first place, because I don't know anything about that. It's like, how do you detect this so far out and know that it's coming this way?
And that just goes to show the technology that is out there that we don't know about, that hasn't been introduced to us yet. Man, Wi-Fi. I'm gonna go so conspiracy, and
Pretty
stop
fly
me.
for a Wi-Fi.
Yeah, stop me if you think I'm gonna go so conspiracy. But like, okay, Wi-Fi came out and people are like, okay, this is brilliant. Fuck dial-up, right?
It sounds awful.
Dial-up. Okay, I can't even call my friend and talk to her while I'm on MSN. Like, WTF?
I gotta call you after 9 when it's free.
Yeah, or else we're just gonna be talking with this, right? So fuck dial-up. What were we talking about?
The UFOs and the satellites and
Right,
asteroid or whatever.
right. So you really think like the U.S. government, Canadian government, didn't know about Wi-Fi way before it came out? Heck yeah, man.
Who?
I think all that shit gets tested years before they're ready to introduce it to the world, because I think mankind isn't ready to take such a big hit of technology that it slowly has to be introduced into the world. Literally like baby steps, man.
Obviously.
Literally like baby steps, because people are resistant to change.
Well, can you imagine how long it took to like actually develop Wi-Fi? That obviously took years.
Who fucking invented Wi-Fi? This is the thing that gets me. Someone woke up one day and they're like, zing, I got this thought.
I'm
What
going to
if-
do this. I
what
know how
if-
to do it now.
What if dial-up wasn't a thing? What if it could just come out of thin air? Where are you fucking thinking about this? I'm sorry, I should stop swearing, but where are you
Passion.
where are you thinking about this? Like, I honestly believe some people were meant to be on this earth.
To make
We're
it continue. To
we're-
make it continue.
Exactly. We're mentally, I don't know, some people are just naturally gifted. It could go both ways. We're all born the same.
Same.
We're all born out of a gene,
And we were all the fastest swimmers.
right? So we are all put on this earth for a reason, whether you like it or not. We were chosen by mom and dad. We were, so we're out in the world. Do
You're
you
welcome.
think the moment you get out of the womb, do you have the same chance as everybody else in this life? Or do you think some people are more gifted than others? Some people have more advantages than others.
Yeah. I think
So too.
globally depends where you live as well.
I think exactly, and I think sometimes, you know, it sucks to say some people are born with disabilities, but I honestly truly think we don't know enough about disabilities, and the fact that we call them disabilities, I don't think we're there yet. I think that some people are born differently, and we just haven't understood the reason why. Like, why are these people born differently? Like, what is their purpose on this earth? Like, maybe they're supposed to do something incredible, but we just haven't discovered their purpose yet.
Or they don't have the opportunity to discover it.
Maybe.
Like they don't have the resources to find what they love to do.
Maybe. And I actually think we are kind of blessed to be born in this, when we were born in the early 90s, because man, we went from,
We were in the thick of everything. Like we were
in the biggest transition phase
of technology ever.
of mankind. Like, think about
Ever.
it. I remember playing on the streets as a kid, playing road hockey, soccer. Like, man, I didn't grow up with a cell phone. I got a cell phone in late high school, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like, looking at this phone, I was like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at, right?
I wanted
And
to
like
play with
computers.
If I'd wanted to play with my friend outside, I'd call them up on the landline.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to go outside and play? Sure. I didn't get my first cell phone until I was in grade 9. And you want to know what? It was a flip phone and it was a speaker phone. That was the
Yeah.
feature. It didn't even have a camera on it.
Yes.
It was president's choice.
And then when there was a camera, it was bullshit. But those were those were hot photos.
You're like, oh my god, I have a camera now. Oh wait,
Can you imagine sending dick pics with those cameras? just
You know
like
what it
the-
would look like? You
it's
know what
so
it would look
blurred.
like? It would look like Lego.
Yeah, it was like so blurred. It was like,
A Lego
God damn it,
dick.
every dick pic is a good dick pic.
Every dick
With flip
pic.
phones, guys. If you want advice, get a flip phone from 20 years ago, because those things will give you a big dick. those will give you a big dick.
Big dick energy.
But yeah, so
Do you believe in UFOs
yes.
and aliens?
Okay, I'll tell you why. Because we watched a documentary like a couple weeks ago.
And we just skimmed it. Like we didn't even really like pay attention the whole way through. We watched like the first 15 minutes and then we went out and like rollerbladed or something.
Yeah, so it was about this small town in USA, So Classic, which is kind of like cliche, but
that's where that shit
Some of
happens.
these kids were taken by UFOs and then dropped like a couple kilometers away from their house, and they talked about their experiences being in the UFO. They saw each other in the UFO, and then they woke up near a lake, and it was just insane, man. But it's too much when you hear about stories from all around the world. Like, hey, like I have physically seen a UFO here in Russia, Georgia, Canada, Mexico, Iceland, like all over the world. Like everyone has the same story.
That story in particular was the same story from like 8 to 10 different people. Like this UFO had like made its way down
Yeah.
in the same state. And then all these people had like a different story about it.
Right.
And one of like that family that it was like a young girl, a young boy, brother and sister. the sister like saw the boy get taken,
Yeah.
but he was apparently compelled to go outside of his house for whatever reason. Like nothing had happened yet. He just had this feeling that he had to go outside,
Yeah.
and his sister came out and chased him, and
Yeah.
apparently he was just like running in the same spot for like a couple of minutes, and then out of nowhere he was just like taken by this
was gone.
he was taken by this big light
Yeah.
or something.
Do you think that aliens would cause harm to mankind, or would they?
It's hard. It's hard to
think
tell.
about it. Okay, think about it. Think about it from this way.
Maybe they would have done it already.
Thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
so aliens, just a guess, have been here for millions of years.
But
They were
what-
here before we were. They were here well before we were. Their technology is way advanced.
But what if their timeline is different? So we've had like stories of them since
Right.
the early 50s,
Right.
even before that, early 40s,
Before
whatever.
technology was like heavy.
I'm thinking like when Area 51 came around.
Go.
Anyway.
Yeah,
But
okay.
yeah, before that. So if our time frame is like hours, minutes, days, months, years, what if that for them is like 10 times faster and they're actually here all the time? So they've actually been here more than our time.
We just
is
can't
longer.
see them.
So maybe like the amount of time that they've been here is actually way more and way faster than it
So
actually
you're
is.
saying we just can't see them?
Or we can see them, or maybe
Yeah.
they just haven't, they've been around longer but for a shorter amount of time.
Yeah, that could absolutely be a thing. And I truly believe that if aliens were dangerous, and I honestly, man, if you think about it, think of we are these specks of dust on this planet.
We are like less than specks of dust compared to this fucking universe. Like
Yeah.
who knows what the hell is out there because it is
Girl,
so big.
And doesn't that make you just want to chase your fucking dreams?
No kidding. If something shitty happens, you're just like, no, I'm a speck of dust, whatever. Like there's too many things out there.
Exactly.
Like there's this comparison video of like Earth,
Yeah.
all the other planets, our galaxy, and then multiple galaxies,
Yeah.
like universe, blah blah blah, bigger and bigger and bigger. And you're like, oh, I don't exist. Like I don't exist.
But we're all on this earth, this life for a purpose, and it's your job to find that purpose. It really is.
It was to find you.
Isn't it crazy? It's like, are you supposed to meet who you've like? That could be another subject, but I honestly,
Oh, here we go.
I honestly truly
Here we
believe
go.
that. I honestly truly believe that aliens or whatever is beyond us, they're not here to cause us harm.
Yeah, I think they would have
Because
done
if
it
they,
already.
I think they would have done it already. I think they probably like they know they know we're here. They've been here, right?
Yeah.
They've been here. I think they've accidentally shown themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that
Like
Are-
what I was trying to get at, I don't know
Yeah.
if I made sense before, but like
yeah,
how often they come in. Like what if our time doesn't match their time? Like what if they're on a much faster time? You know what I mean?
absolutely.
But like we're just watching a video right now of how tiny our planet is compared to other planets.
I really think there must like.
But why
Okay.
do you think they keep coming back? Like what is so? Do they? Like,
I think they're
do they
coming back.
Do they laugh at us? Do they film almost like the Truman
I
Show and
think-
bring it back to their planet?
I think they know that we're not ready for them. We're not ready.
They just keep coming back to check in. Like, oh, you guys ain't ready yet.
I think they look at us and they laugh at us and they're like, you guys just don't get the point of life yet. You don't get it. I really don't think mankind, and I'm going to put myself in that boat. I really don't think we get the purpose of life. I really don't think we get it yet. I think that we live too much of a materialistic world and not enough love. I really think that the purpose of life is to love. And I think at the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed, it was never about the materialistic thing. It never was. Like, and I think that whatever is beyond us, they look at that and they're like, okay, we've seen these humans, whatever they are, we've seen them fight wars. We've seen them be like, okay, there's oil in whatever part of the earth. We've seen this country kill this country for a substance, for a material. That's just not, they're not there yet. Humankind isn't there yet, because if we were to introduce ourselves to humankind, they would try and hurt us. Because humans, at this point is either love or hate, and it's 50-50. So there's not enough love, and there's too much hate. Like, think about Russia and who's Russia's leader again? Putin.
Don't know.
Putin is a madman, man. He's a madman. He's a communist. Like, he went in his head, Trump, they're in it to kill. They're very, we need to take over. We need to be greedy. Like, that's not the purpose of life. I really think it's just to love, and there's no love in their heart. They're all about, okay, if aliens were coming to this earth, we're going to kill them. We're going to take over whatever they have. Like, I don't think that's it. I think aliens might be actually scared to come here because they're scared for their life.
I feel like the last time aliens were here
Yeah.
and things were good is when there were dinosaurs.
Frick yeah, because who knows? But like, okay, here's a question.
They're like, oh shit, you guys
Okay.
just keep getting worse and worse.
So-
Where's the dinosaurs?
Well, yeah, what they probably are just like chilling up, like probably like looking down at us, like chilling from far away. Because I bet they have the sickest eyesight from like a million miles away.
Because for whatever reason, we have the same depiction on them. Like, their eyes are massive.
Oh, yeah.
So they must be good.
Yeah, I bet they just look down and they're like, humans just don't get it.
They're not there yet.
Why do they want to kill each other?
Still don't know.
Like, why would you want to kill each other? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And they've watched us for hundreds of thousands of years, however long we've been on this planet, and they're like, okay, when humans started to become humans, like apparently we're from monkeys or gorillas.
Whatever you believe.
They started creating this thing called spirituality and gods, and is that made up, or are we missing something? Right? So if aliens were to drop down on Earth and make themselves present, like they drop down on the White House lawn and they're like, we are fucking here, and yes, we're real. Sorry to like do this conspiracy theory with you guys for like 100 years, but yes, we're real.
And we're here to fix everything.
So do you think religion would be a thing?
For aliens?
No. Do you think religion in the world would be a thing the moment aliens touch down? Do you think religion would still exist?
Yeah.
No.
Why? People have been following their religion for years and like this entire time.
No. Like the first civilization was like the Sumerians or something like that.
But why would you give up your religion just because something new shows up?
Because these aliens would know.
But what would they do different that would make you change your mind?
It's not that they would do anything different. They've been here watching us for thousands of years, millions of years. They would know what's up. They're like, hey guys, listen, whatever you guys were believing, thinking, that's all made up.
But let's pretend you're a super Christian because you grew up at least understanding and going to Catholic school or whatever.
Right.
So just be in the mindset of like,
I think it would be an absolute shock to realize, okay, the higher power is it could be aliens. It could be aliens.
No, maybe that would just be a new religion in itself.
Think about it like
aliens are the new religion, and then whoever wants to continue with their religion can.
Think about this. Religion, okay, everybody has their beliefs. We're this one world. At this point, we don't know if anything else is out there. We just realized.
But why would you believe them if they just touch down? They're like, oh,
because obviously
we are your new god.
No. They're not saying that. We just realized, oh shit, there's other people out there. There's other life forms out there. The galaxy is fucking huge. We're not the only Earth. What if there's hundreds of Earths of us?
Yeah.
So what is there going to be 100 different spiritualities of Earth? Of what we think? Like, do you know what I mean?
I still don't think it would change people's religion that fast.
I think it would.
I think
people would be like, okay, so we're not the only ones in the galaxy. Okay, so who else is out there? And then we realize that there's 100 more Earths out there, and then they have different gods.
Yeah, so everyone is still allowed to have their own god and believe in what they believe. I don't think that would make them stop believing in what they want to.
I don't know. I think religion would be splattered, and I think everything that we knew so far would be gone to dust, and I think the world would change. I really think the world would change, and and I would hope that the world would change for better.
Changes.
Well, think about it. It's like, do you form this alliance with aliens? I
It
mean, I
all
would
depends.
hope so.
It all
Dude,
depends. I really
I'm telling
wanna-
you, if aliens touched down right now, I'd be shitting myself. I'd be like, why didn't we build a bunker 10 years ago? Where? Like, I'd be like, Dad, did we build a bunker? He'd be like, no. I'm like, fuck.
I feel like they'd be way ahead of us, though. They would know that there are bunkers, so they would know where to look for them. I don't know what would happen if aliens touched down. It would really depend on their intention and what they say and what they do first, you know?
I think they would be really peaceful. I actually think they haven't touched down yet because I think they think we would kill them.
Maybe.
And this is a conspiracy. Like, I honestly believe, like, man, 10 years ago, I was like, no way there's fucking aliens. Like, what is everybody tripping? But now, as you really kind of just grasp how small we are versus how big life is, there has to be. Like,
I believe it. I believe there are. I hope I get to see one day.
I hope so. And I hope you're nice. I hope wherever you guys are, like, I hope you're really nice and I love you. And
I get to go on your spaceship
Yeah.
and nothing bad happens and it won't be a dream and
Yeah.
it'll just be super cool.
well, I guess, like, the U.S. government, I don't know how, like, this could just be conspiracy because I'm listening to, like, random people, but apparently space travel is going to be a thing very soon, quote unquote.
So weird.
It's right. So we're going to be up in space probably sooner than we think.
How much-
And we're going to be armed.
How much do you think the first, I don't know if this has been discussed yet, but how much do you think the first, like, flight out to,
500,000.
yeah? I think that's a very,
500,000.
very fair number.
I think you're selling your house.
Is this to move permanently to Mars, let's say? Or is this just like a two-way ticket? Like, oh, you can go and come back.
I think this is like a two-way ticket for, like,
I just want to put my feelers out there, see if I like it. I don't know if I really want to
I'm gonna
commit
go
yet.
up. I'll check it out. I think it would be hard not to love. I think it would be so unique. Like, man, I think it would be breathtaking. I think you would cry.
Do they have, like, beach volleyball, though?
Imagine you're like no gravity. You're like, it would be the
Oh,
longest
shit.
game. It would be the longest game of beach volleyball. You go to volley it, you miss, and just saying rally, you're like, like trying to spark it. Oh yeah, golfing. You like, you're like trying to like intercept the ball. Like,
yeah.
and then you're like, hold on, I need to pee, and you like just like open your pants, and the pee's like, and you just kind of like swaying it away, like it's no big deal. Like,
Don't worry about it.
yeah, we're in space, guys. Like, just enjoy it. Just pee in your pants. Actually, if you poop, it'll go over there. It won't stay in your pants. Like,
It'll
what,
float away.
guys? Cool thing about space, you shit in your pants, it floats away. You actually don't, guys. Cool thing about space, you actually don't have to wipe.
I guess.
Hell yeah! Let's go!
You'd really have to spread your cheeks for that one.
Oh my god, diarrhea in space? Guys, don't think about it.
Don't even
But
go
I'd be
there.
pretty sick. How much time do we have left, Nikki?
6 minutes.
Oh!
I think that's a fair ending.
Yeah, I think
to
we
this
actually...
beautiful podcast.
Okay, yo, one thing I wanted to add. Okay, when Chelsea and Nick were in Cleveland, there was an old movie called A Christmas Story. It's
Yeah,
an
I forgot
old ass.
to mention
It's
that.
an old ass
Thank
Christmas.
you.
It's an old ass Christmas movie. Everyone's seen A Christmas Story. Like the
Red
lamp,
Rider BB gun.
Red Rider BB gun, and how cute were they?
In the pink bunny suit.
Anyway, so fun fact, that was filmed in Cleveland, Ohio.
And the house is still there, and you can still go see it. And the lampshade is in the front window, and it's just bananas. It's just like, who knew?
And
Who freaking knew?
I wonder if they turn it on like every Christmas.
Oh, they must. They must. How
Dude,
cool would that be?
I would fuck.
We should just go there one day. I'm down to go again.
I'll go.
Because you know what?
What?
You can take a tour in the house, but we didn't. We just took pictures on the outside of the house. So you know
So
what?
you didn't go in.
So I
So
need
was it? So did you watch it after you saw it? Did you watch the movie after you saw the house?
Well, not like I can quote that movie. I've seen it so many times.
Okay, but when you were looking at the house, you're like, oh my god, this is when they were here. This is when
Yeah.
they shot. That's so sick, man. Like, and that's an iconic movie that they don't play anymore on cable. They don't play it. It's like
Really?
such an old movie. They don't play it now. It's like Elf and all that bullshit. And man,
Elf is
A Christmas Story?
Elf is classic. But
I know,
come on,
but A Christmas Story is the classic.
It is. It is.
Is the classic. But guys,
You know
thank
what
you
else
so
is a
much.
classic?
What?
This podcast.
Guys.
Thank you for tuning in for episode
Number
5.
5.
And we'll be back for another Caesar Sunday in a week.
Love you guys. Thank you so
Love
much.
you. Thank you. Bye.